Hi friends, this is Joe, and this is episode number 177 of the Dekahedron RPG podcast, and today we are talking about prompts for OSR October. You know, it's the beginning of September. OSR October is less than a month away. We just came out of RPG A Day August. Oh, look, I have my hands back, by the way. If you're watching on YouTube, you know that for the RPG A Day, I was doing shorts and they were always in portrait mode. So every time I would gesture, my hands would get chopped out of the shot. Anyway, but you know, one of the neat things about RPG A Day for August is that there are prompts for every day. And I like this because it's a challenge, because some of those things are things I would never have thought to think about, thought to talk about on the show. And so, you know, I come up with something real quick to spend 1 to 3 minutes talking about it. And there are no prompts for OSR October. You know, it's just, say something positive about the OSR every day for the month. Well, not every day, every time you produce. And I thought, hey, wouldn't it be neat if there were prompts? So I took it upon myself to make some. And again, as far as I know, nobody else does. So I hope I'm not stepping on any toes. If so, let me know. I'll take it all down. So if you want to see, by the way, what I came up with, there's also a blog post. I'll put the link down below or in the show notes. And you can just go there and see it. But I'm also going to talk about it here. So one of the things that is more of a challenge for RPG A Day is that it's every single day. And if you don't do daily content, it's kind of overwhelming. You know, it was made for the days of blogs and online posts, socials, not so much for podcasts and YouTubers. So I wanted to take that into account when I made these prompts. So I made them to work for both daily and for like weekly content. And the way I did that is that each of the 5 weeks, October has like 3 complete weeks and 2 incomplete weeks. So there's 5 weeks. So depending on when you release, you might have 5 episodes if you released once a week. Anyway, each of the weeks have a topic or a noun. And then each day of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all that, have a modifier or an adjective for that topic. And so by combining the adjective with the noun, you get the topic for that day. But Joe, you say, you just said you wanted to support weekly content. Yes, if you want to do weekly content, all you have to do is go with the topic for the week. Don't worry about the adjectives. Or you can do what I'm doing, and you can roll on the adjective table each week to talk about that adjective. The other way you could do it, if you really wanted to, is just go total chaos. And every time you produce in October, roll on both the adjective and the noun tables and just talk about that. So let me tell you what the topics are. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look at my phone because I don't have them committed to memory. Okay, for the first week of October, that's October 1st through October 4th, the topic is published RPG game. Published OSR game. Published game. For the second week, that's the 5th through the 11th, the topic is monster or place. For the third week, that's the 12th through the 18th, the topic is rule or rules. For the fourth week, that's the 19th through the 25th, the topic is magic item. And for the fifth week, that's the 26th through the 31st, the topic is spell or magic system. Now for the days of the week. For Sunday, the topic is favorite. What's your favorite monster, or what's your favorite spell, or what's your favorite, whatever the noun is for that day. For Monday, the adjective is the most recently discovered. For Tuesday, it's the most wished for. For Wednesday, it's the most overlooked. For Thursday, it's the strangest. For Friday, it's misunderstood. And for Saturday, it's the deadliest. So that's it. That's the days. That's the weeks. You know how to put them together. Like I said, if you're just doing weekly like I do, you can either roll every week that's what I think I'm going to be doing. Or you can ignore the adjectives altogether and just talk about the topic in general. Or, you could do that shotgun thing where you talk about all 7 topics all 7 adjectives for that noun for that week. The world is your oyster. There's no OSR police that are going to come to your door and take away your podcast or anything. That's it. That is my proposal. Again, it is, it's on my blog. The link is in the show notes, or if it's on YouTube, it's going to be the first comment below. If you like the idea, please spread the word to other content creators, and we can have a fun OSR October. Thanks for watching and or listening, and until next time, happy gaming, happy life. Bye.